shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, that make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. On first down, Swift, give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Tight down. There you go.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He's got a first down past the 30. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. Stafford on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. His throw incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, and it's 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Stafford now to throw. Being chased out left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
56 to Mike.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Check 9, check 9. White. General West.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Out to his left. And that is incomplete here.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
32.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game.
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 32. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Now they try the right side here. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
To throw again on second down. Stafford into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
11.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 21. Get some penetration here. Get some penetration. Say. Check. Check 99. Check 99. 12, fellas. Here we go. SOS. Rush in. 21.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing is Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford. They'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, 83 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations. Trying to
touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 76 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
On 2nd and 15 now, Stafford. It got his man complete. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kenny Golladay, 85 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead will shrink to 6. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. Stafford now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Play action. Stafford. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. That one complete to Anderson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
11. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. 0. 54.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. That's complete right around the 8. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. And middle. Mike, 54.
Now it's Stafford. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hey, 5-0. 54 is Mike. Check. Walk 54.
To the air again. Stafford. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, as the first half is winding down, and the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Prater for the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Hooking up here with Trent Taylor. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is taken about 7 yards deep. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Check 13. Check 13. White. Check 25. Check 25. Hey, gun. Hey, hot.
Now a handoff looking right. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
12. 21. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. 180. Check by 21. Black. He's crashing. He's mad.
And they give this time to the tailback. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 180. 21. Check by 21. Good track. He's coming. 11. He's coming. 11. Check 31. Say hot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go. Black 80. Check back.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
56. Bandit. Joker.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Caught by Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. And Anderson's got it. That one goes for 30 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
40 got. 40 got. 198.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Galladay's got him, and the Lions have a touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. First down, Stafford here. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point good by Prater, and that will put them on top here in the third. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Then he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he cuts it right. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 73 yards. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front.
Here we go, here we go.
They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Stafford. And this will be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
50-50. Smooth. Hey, tight. Right there.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
53. Ready. 98. Five. You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Watch it out.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Quan Alexander in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Here's Stafford. And no, It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. And that makes him now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions, because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So now here come the Lions up to go for 2.
Here we go. Shoot. Middle. Omaha, ready, move.
Now Stafford. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Hey, alert.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Here we go.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock, in a tight 1-point game.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. They'll run it with Coleman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
21.
Garoppolo to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chris Jones in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Go ahead.
Now Garoppolo. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just be. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll be taken down at the 26. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 26. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.